Hello, everybody. A very, very good evening to all of you. As if at all you can hear the crackers, firecrackers behind me. Today is a Chinese New Year. We are celebrating here in Malaysia and across Southeast Asia. So happy Chinese New Year to each one of you, whoever is celebrating there. With these crackers around helping me out to celebrate the day, I welcome each and everyone on board, whoever is listening to us, all our viewers, all our guests today. We have guests from across the globe today, and we will be talking about their journeys as well as listen to their poetry in English and the various languages which they write in. So before I start and I hand over the evening to the host of the day, as the ritual, as I do every day, I, first of all, want to thank every viewer out there who has been watching us from day one. Today, we have reached on the day 12. Only 3 more days left to complete the whole UBI Fest. When we started, we were like, we have 15 days, we have 15 days. But at this point of time, we only have 3 days left. But yeah, there will be lots more coming in. So don't be saddened that it's going to come to an end. But yeah, for the time being, 3 more days to go. Enjoy the evenings. Enjoy with us all the beautiful souls around us who are connecting with you. To start with, I know everybody knows every day. I thank our sponsors because without them, we wouldn't have been able to reach out to you. So thank you, Anjuji from Value Bazaar. Thank you, Nikhar Couchers, Shikha Thank you, Khushbu Shivnani ji, for our making sure that the event goes so smoothly and we are able to manage this show. Thanks to all of you. And we have been receiving a very good response from all of you for all our events, including our first day onwards when we have declared our UBI Language Learning Lab program, wherein we are going to be teaching Indian languages to start with only 4 languages, although we want to incorporate more languages. I know all of you want to learn so many different languages, but yes, we want to start with baby steps, four languages to start with. We have Hindi, we have Punjabi, we have Malayalam, we have Marathi. So do not wait. Go and enroll yourself on the United by Ink website. That's www.unitedbyink.org. There you will have a Learning Lab program section where you can enroll yourself, know more about it, and also connect to us through our WhatsApp chat there. If any kind of query, any issue, if you want to solve, you can connect to us through WhatsApp chat from there itself. And yes, tomorrow's event is going to be a musical event, a musical evening. It's going to be a tribute to the legendary poets. And along with the poets, we also have someone very special who will be gracing the occasion. We all know our very famous poet, Neeraj, and his son has agreed to come in and give us some time. Special guest of honor will be Mr. Shashank Prabhakar himself. So we are all looking forward to tomorrow's evening and the closing ceremony, including the 14th, where we have all our team members coming straight away online with you, connecting with you. So do not miss the opportunity to connect with the whole team of UBI who has made this whole UBI Fest possible on the 14th of February. Yes, love is in the air and we love each other. So we will be together with you. And we love UBI so much that we'll be celebrating Valentine's evening with all of you. So stay tuned for that. And the closing ceremony, as all of you know, is going to be graced by Additional Secretary from External Affairs Ministry, Mr. Akhilesh Mishraji. He will be the chief guest on 15th. So stay tuned for many more events to come in. After 15th also, we have a lot more things to come in. Do not go away after 15th too, all right? But yeah, the live sessions will be only for next 3 days right now in a continuation. Here, I know many people might be waiting for the results also. I just want to inform you, there have been people reaching out to me that when the results will be out, when the results will be out. Yes, they will be out. They will be declared on the 15th of February. So stay tuned for the results as well. You will be able to meet whoever has chosen you, the judges too. Here onwards now, I think the journey has to go on, and I would like to invite our host of the day, Lily Swan. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for being around and thank you for accepting the offer to come on board and host the event today. Can you hear me, ma'am? Ma'am, are you on mute? Hello? Can you unmute yourself? Yes, now, but I can't hear you, ma'am, still.
No, it's audible. It's audible.
Now I can hear you. There is some glitch. I can hear you sometime and some moments I can't hear you.
And I am unable to hear you as well.
Lily ma'am, can you reconnect your earphones maybe, probably? Cannot hear you still. Do you want to log in from the other device? Till ma'am is logging in from the other device, let me go back to the live session where we are already watching, or are being watched rather, at Facebook. So whoever is watching us, if you have anything to say, let me hear you. Or are being watched rather. Elizabeth is watching us from Philippines. Bhargavi ma'am is watching us. Lalita ji is watching us. We have Manisha Tiwari with us. Lalita Iyer, Vaitishwaran. Thank you, Lalita. Ekta ji is there. Piyush ji is around us. Anybody, whoever wants to ask any question or anybody who wants to say something, please feel free to say before we go ahead with the evening. And yes, there is a surprise element today. So we are planning to pull in 2 viewers, whoever have been regularly watching, or today if they want to come in on the live as well. So if you're watching me, please mention on the comments that you would like to join us on live today's session right now, right here. So if you want to come in onto the live, please mention your name, that yes, I'm interested in joining in, and 2 of you will be chosen to come in and recite a poetry. So keep a poetry ready till our visitors, our speakers are going to speak after a while, maybe in half an hour's time, we will pull in a couple of viewers as well.
Can you?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you now. I can hear you now. So here
Finally.
we have Lily ma'am. Thank you so much, Lily ma'am, for your time. I know it's early morning out there from USA. She's joining us. Lily Swan, everybody, I think all of us, whoever are here in UBI and even around on Facebook, know her as the multilingual poet. I think, I don't think so. Whoever is watching us will not be aware of who she is, but still, as a formality, I have to do the honors and I have to do an introduction of hers. She is, as I said, she's a multilingual poet. So she recites in Punjabi, she recites in English, she recites in Urdu, Hindi to bhari. So ma'am, I mean, any language, I mean, I can think of, I think you are reciting in all of them. So beautiful, beautiful to have you, such a beautiful soul, a beautiful lady amongst us.
Thank you.
A lady with a golden heart, as I always tell her.
That's kind.
So she's an author, she's a columnist, and a gold medalist. स्वर्ण जी को gold medal भी मिला हुआ है, देखिए जरा. So the whole world needs to tell that, okay, she has that gold along with her too. University color holder too. And her books are the various books which she has written. Trails of Assisi was called a veritable delight by the Journal of Commonwealth Literature in London. It is such a big honor to have you on board, ma'am. Seriously. The Gypsy Tales, Trails, that's a novel that's written by, it's basically about lilies of the valley. They are essays and they are all very highly appreciated. History on My Plate got rave reviews. She has won over 50 international and national awards, mind you. That, I mean, I don't have fingers to even count them all. And she has won them. And national awards like Royal International Prize for Poetry, Global Icon of Peace, Sahitya Ratan, Gujarat Sahitya Akademi Award, Master of Creative Impulse, Sarojini Naidu Award, Kairat Dostan, the medal for poetic excellence. Lily's poetry has been translated into 16 European and Asian languages. Her Urdu ghazals are out for the music now, and we will soon hear them too. जल्दी जल्दी सुनाई देगी. कब सुनाई देने वाली है मैम?
नहीं, they are out. They've
Already
been
there?
जी सुनाई देती हैं. YouTube में भी हैं.
सही, मैं अभी तक सुन नहीं पाई हूँ, तो मुझे लगा अभी तक पहुंची नहीं है बाहर. I'm waiting to get the links of them. So soon we will share it.
Sure.
All right. She is also Peace and Humanity Ambassador for institutions in Ghana and Morocco, and was recently awarded the title of International Ambassador of Peace by World Literary Forum for Peace, Human Rights, and among 20 poets awarded by UHE, Peru. Oh my goodness, this is like a commendable job.
Thank you so much.
This, we all, if we were standing in a real scenario, it would have got a standing ovation, I'm sure.
I'm humble, very humble.
Okay.
Thank you.
Before I go ahead with the evening, I must thank Shalini Kashyap before I go ahead. Without her, this was not possible, that, having Lily ji around the UBI hosting the show for us today. Thank you, Shalini Kashyap, for being such a support throughout. Thank you, darling. Thank you so much. And here I bring in all the speakers of the day. We are missing today one speaker, and I would request everyone to pray for her. Pallavi ji is not able to join us today, as her grandmom passed away in the morning. And we all pray for the soul, but we will miss her today. Absolutely, we will be missing her poetry too. So here I hand over the stage to Lily Swan, ma'am. The stage is all yours, ma'am.
Oh, wow. Thank you, UBI, and hello, all of you friends there. A hearty thank you to Sapna for the gracious words. It is indeed an honor to be sitting in the USA with the snow all around, falling around me, and hosting this event featuring these brilliant ladies from all across the globe. It's immensely humbling to meet you all here and privileged to hear your exquisite writings. Well, we all know that poetry is basically an instinctive art. And according to me, it can be honed with practice, but an acquired art sometimes lacks soul. So creative writing is definitely an art, but we must remember that it needs some craft as well. A lot of people consider poetry as one of the truest and purest forms of art, sometimes even more than sculpture and opera singing. So it's a form of literature that uses aesthetic and often rhythmic qualities of language, such as phonesthetic, sound symbolism, meter, because it evokes meanings in addition to the plays, and the prosaic becomes ostensibly more meaningful. So a warm welcome to all these wonderful and charming wordsmiths we see on the screen today, and the ladies who don't ever say, "What a pretty field of tulips." Instead, they say, like Wordsworth, "Froth twin on my couch I lie, in vacant or in pensive mood, they flash upon the inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude." So let me welcome the first poet today. I'm honored and delighted to introduce you to Rajni Nair. A warm welcome, Rajni. She is a polyglot Malayali. She was born in suburban Mumbai in 1974, and she acquired a BCom degree from the Mumbai University. The interesting part is that as an IAF aspirant, she cleared the SSC for the flying branch, the interview in 1995, but she couldn't clear the medicals. So she has over 18 years of work experience in training, quality operations, and customer service, having worked with major MNCs. Rajni, impressive, I'm telling you. Then she moved to Malaysia in 2011 and is teaching at the Global Indian International School, Kuala Lumpur, since 2013. She is HOD of the English for the 3rd to 5th classes. And according to her, she's a poet by chance, but now she's a poet by choice. A warm welcome, Rajni. Let's hear. Bring it on, lady. Come on. Rajni,
Thank you very much. Thank you. And it's an honor to be opening the evening, and I'm happy to be in this august company, and I'm sure the people who are watching us, I hope I'll make it worth their while. Like Lily ji mentioned, yes, I'm a poet by chance because I started writing really very late in life. I have a younger brother who's about 6 years younger to me, and he started writing very early. So, and I would always appreciate it, and he would not let the credit go by. He just would always say, "Look, I've acquired it from you," because he always credits me for his language skills in English. So yeah, it's all thanks to my little brother who got me started. And again, for me, it was also a compulsion, because being an English teacher, if I expect my children to write poetry on their own, I should know to write it myself. So yeah, I started this. I started thus, and yeah, I call myself a portrait writer. Like you have a portrait painter who paints people. I'm more a people painter in words. So yeah, I call myself that. I don't know how appropriate the term would be. Yes, I do write abstract. I do write random, but I try to keep it rhyming, because I think rhyming agrees with a lot of people. So it's easier to understand. So yeah, most of mine are rhyme. I keep them rhyming, and I try to write. Yeah, and like Lily ji mentioned, yes, poetry has to happen here and here first for it to kind of come out of the pen. So I've been fortunate that I've been able to put paper to pen and let the words flow. And yes, again, I'll take this platform to mention that yes, I've managed to publish a collection of 80 poems, which I was very surprised myself that I'd written those many in the past few years, because actually there's somebody else who's actually been an inspiration for me to kind of bring this book about, which is my second book, of course, which is also underway. But actually, that's the one I wanted to publish first. That's also a collection of 50, which is also being worked upon. Hopefully, by the end of the month, it should be out as well. And that's a dedication. So I'll leave that for later when it comes out. And when I was chatting with my publisher, because it needed some copyright stuff to be done, because I needed pictures to be used, which I eventually gave up because it was very difficult to get a breakthrough to the personality that it's dedicated to. And so, like in conversation, I said, okay, let me just then bring out what I have already written. And I said, I have about 30, 40. That's what I told him. And when I sat down to kind of put it all together, I was surprised. I surprised myself by coming up with about 78. So then I wrote down another 2 to complete it. and make it 80. So yeah, it released. It has released on Amazon. Thank you. It's released on Amazon. Yeah,
Yes.
sure. All right. So I'll begin the evening with a like I usually write on Mother's Day. So I'll begin with one that I wrote for my mom. Oh, and it's applicable to all mothers. So it's called Mother, and it's I mean I have a few. So this one's called Gratitude. All those years that passed me by have me always think how she did it. Never have I heard her say she's tired. Her beautiful face that was always lit. Her day began before the sun came up. Didn't say a word that sounded bad. That gleaming smile, brighter than any, not even when she was possibly sad. Growing up for me was a turmoil. She had to go through so much more. She never gave up even at my worst when I thought life as a bore. Today I'm a few years into that role, have enjoyed every bit of the days, but I still seem to fall pretty short, try as I may in my different ways. Not a day goes by in my mind's eye that I don't join my hands in gratitude. Please make me even a bit like my mom. Give me a bit of a fortitude. Every day for me is Mother's Day, as we both belong to that clan. Hope my daughter has nice words for me, that I inherit my mom's elan. So here it is on this special day. I tell you how I always cherish that she'll be my mother in all other lives, hoping it as well be my daughter's wish. Thank you.
That's a beautiful tribute to a mother, and all of us share your feelings for Ma. Very well done. Are you having something else you want to share with us?
Yes, I do. One is a it's called Life Extraordinaire.
All right, go ahead.
And it goes like this. This life
Yes.
extraordinaire makes me want to let it go. Not afraid of what it brings, but fed up of what it is now. Like a loser I do sound, maybe I'm that too. All the battles that I've won, they are not few. I need to sit a while, let the world pass me by, hoping that all will be well and I won't need to cry. The pain that starts deep within, eating into my core, is making me so hollow, not my own self anymore. No angel will come my way. I need to help myself to start putting me together without any help. Tomorrow is another day when my new journey begins. I know I will make it on a path full of stings. Life was never a bed of roses, always walked on thorns. Managed to keep the cheer without weighing the cons.
Beautiful.
People judge me from what they see, believe I'm warped. They can't see the real me or how much of me is chopped. The scars are for me to count, the trophies from my battles. I laugh things off for others to see, but my whole world rattles. This is a never-ending tale. Never will it be whole. No one is there to complete it. I shouldn't bare my soul.
Wow.
Thank you.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful, Rajni. Very well recited. And it's so close to all of our hearts. It is a poet's voice which comes clear and lucid and reaches with the rhyming. Wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. And
Thank you.
I'm going to introduce you guys to Lata Vishwanath ji. Rajni, thank you once again for that great recital.
Thank you so much.
And fine words. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
May I, with a lot of humility, welcome the charming Lata Vishwanath ji. Lata holds a BE, a Bachelor of Engineers in Electronics from Jabalpur, India, and an MPhil in Material Science University, Malaya, Malaysia. She's the author of Autumn Showers and Singapore Sling Autumn Showers. Her debut narrative non-fiction was published to critical acclaim by the Energy and Resource Institute of India in 2017. Lata has completed her third fictional work, a biotech medical thriller, she says, and she has written several travelogues, essays, um, articles for magazines, journals, anthologies in Singapore and India. And recently, the lady has made a foray into writing poetry and quotes and won a United by Ink marathon contest with the jury award for quotes. So that's special. You are on UBI today. Besides, she's a passionate gardener, a cook, and an intrepid traveler too. Ooh, that's a nice package, Lataji. An engineer, researcher by profession, she has worked in national test and research laboratories in India and Singapore. Boy, that was a mouthful. Looking forward to hearing this lovely lady recite for us today. Please welcome, with joy in your hearts, Lata Vishwanath.
Welcome, ma'am. Ma'am, please unmute yourself.
That was very kind of you. I've given my introduction. Thank you so much, Lily ji. And I think I must thank Sapna ji.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Go ahead.
So I think I must start with thanking Sapna ji a little bit more because I want to express my gratitude, in fact, that she brought me to UBI platform. And she was the one who is the guiding force, basically, and the motivating force. And she has been encouraging me, even though I told her I am very new to this genre. But she said, no, you must, she encouraged me to come on the platform and become part of this beautiful Lit Fest. So I have been writing poetry, as you have said. I have been writing mainly, the non-fiction and fiction.
Yeah.
But poetry was very new to me, and so for the past 1 year, I have written some. As I think you mentioned how it comes, it should happen here. So
Yes.
at some critical times, I have felt that, and I have scribbled down some words. So that way, I made entry into poetry, and I must say, when I was becoming grandmother last year, that was the time I really felt, and I wrote one for my little granddaughter. So,
Great.
so that's how. And recently also, I participated in the contest marathon. So that in fact, confidence in writing poetry and quotes. And in fact, I feel that I was.
Yes, you were the winner for the quotes, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
I mentioned that.
So I'm here among all of you. It's such a beautiful, August gathering. So when Lily ji is hosting, really, really grateful and very happy to be here.
A privilege to have you, Saji. Waiting to hear you. Go ahead. Let's see you recite now.
So I was told I can do 1 or 2 poetries. So
Sure.
actually last year it was Dr. Vishweshwaraya. I'm sure everybody knows who he was. One of the greatest engineers India had. We celebrate September 15th as Engineers Day.
Yeah.
And also in few other countries. So I wrote that this poem, which also happens to be my birthday, actually September 15th. So somehow I was encouraged to write, and so I would like to first take that poem.
Please go ahead. We're waiting eagerly.
So he
Lataji.
was actually honored with knighthood in London in 19. So it is a speech of acknowledgement that Dr. Vishweshwaraya is taking. He happens to be a Kannadiga too. I am from Karnataka, India. So he happens to be a Kannadiga too. So thank you, Lord, on knighting me today, for honoring me as Sir, for recognizing an intellect, the seat of the ideas, original, the knowledge not born today, but a wisdom ancient of thousands of years, of Indus cities we built, of profound Vedas we wrote, when you did not even exist. I assure you, Lord, I would not wear the title on my crown as you did our Kohinoor, but I shall pass on as a legacy to build more knowledge, to serve the humanity, our earth with humility. By God's grace, next time we meet, with interchanged seats, I will still call you my friend, my lord, and humbly give up my seat, my title for your crown. Rest assured, my lord, my intellect, my knowledge, my skills, my ideas, my inventions, too deep-seated, will remain mine. That's all.
Beautiful. It's a wonderful tribute, and it adds value to the work of people who go so many times unsung and unheard. So nice. Let's hear one more, please. That was great work.
So sweet of you.
No, a necessary point. Let's hear the other one. Come on. Great going.
So this is actually an immigrant's dream that I wrote. I have lived outside India as NRI for nearly 25 years. And I'm sure all of us who are outside our country, we all go through this dilemma, always this conflict of emotions and questions, that who are we basically? What is our identity?
Yes, that
this
happens.
Little short poem that, questions this.
Yes.
An immigrant's dream. The city with shimmering roads. I traveled on elegant buses as a new immigrant. The passing buildings opulent, yet people invisible, and I would wonder what they did behind the square windows. Were their lives different from mine? Their dreams same as mine? Would I ever get to live and share their spaces? Years went by, the old windows passing by, blurred from vision. Between them and me were now many new buildings, taller and leaner, with windows smaller and higher, though closer. With my hand brushing a touch from my speeding car, but people still invisible, and the spaces to share a dream still beyond reach.
Beautiful. It's a vivid description, Lataji, and it conveys the feelings of most of the diaspora that live out of their motherland. And very well thought out. Thank you so much for sharing it with us.
Thank you so much.
Ladies, that was wonderful.
I hope all of you have liked. I'm not sure how you have felt, but this is why.
No. It's
very well recited and beautiful words, Lataji. I must say, beautiful words which
Thank
are
you so much.
touching everyone's heart. Thank you for sharing it with us.
And now I think we should go across some more oceans and dive and drown and come out again like Aag Ka Darya and go to Sania Zakir, who's coming to us from Britain, the beautiful Isle of Britain. And this is Sania Zakir, the editor-in-chief of the British magazine, namely Writerly. A warm welcome to you, and she probably is one of the youngest amongst us today. God bless you, dear soul.
Absolutely.
And she's a poet, a writer, and the author of the books Creative Charms and Footprints, a professional writer who began her writing career as a freelance writer. Sania has spent several years on reading and writing poems on different genres, giving her write-ups palpable spark. She believes that poetry can change the world. I agree with you, girl. It definitely can. And she uses it to inspire and empower people, young people, through her writing. When she's not writing, she's out, found wandering around through nature. Khushamdeed to you, Sania Zakir. We are waiting to hear you share your wonderful work with us. God bless and warm welcome again.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for such an awesome introduction, Miss Lily. It was very well delivered. And I would like to thank Ms. Sapnaji too for inviting me on such a valuable event and for considering me as a valuable member of United Buying. So like Miss Lily said that, yeah, of course I'm a poet and I started as a freelance writer. And today I'm going to be sharing a few poems that I've written and published in my books. And so let's begin. So the first poem that I'm going to recite is on personality. So a mixture of honest. Pardon?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay, cool. And all right. So personality, a mixture of honesty and integrity adds sheer grace to one's personality. Let your confidence enable you to prosper. through life's winding roads and hurdles. Believe in yourself to bring about any changes. Be
Yes.
courageous to face oncoming challenges. A new dream broadens vision for new opportunities. It radiates rays of hope, of infinite possibilities. A fighting spirit can create incredulous wonders. When galaxy of stars glitters, expect a beginning of stupendous miracles. With
Wonderful.
each passing day, let your soul not to betray. Personify the concept of personality by being unique in your own special way.
Good job. Good job.
So much. Thank you so much.
Gives power to the uniqueness of each one of us. And we need to be proud of the people we are. Well delivered, girl. I mean, that's wonderful, Sanya.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I've got another one as well.
Yes, please. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I've got a few more poems that I'm going to be sharing because I normally write short poems. So I've got like 2, 3 on my hand. All right. So the other one that I've got is Stoics philosophy.
Wow.
Discard all disillusions to enjoy the happiness. Elude confusion and bury all disappointments. Enrich your life with positive thoughts. Enjoy peace of mind in daily chaos. When you fill your moments with contentment, you live a life filled with joy and merriment. Never ruin your life with worries. Learn the crafts of living blissfully.
Beautiful. No, I love
Thank
the
you.
way you add so much positivity to your writing. It's like encouraging one's own self, loving one's own self, and that reaches across to everybody. Waiting to hear
Thank
the
you
next
so much.
one. You're welcome.
Yeah, so my next poem is on Bliss of Serenity. I enjoy the bliss of serenity as solitude embraces me. Rays of fresh new hopes emerge when a beautiful new day begins.
Yes.
My soul flows with a tune of symphony, displaying harmonious tranquility. The glamour of loneliness enriches creativity as I welcome peace and harmony. Every moment is breathtaking and lovely as I conquer myself completely. Thank you.
That was very nice. We thoroughly enjoyed these little but powerful nuggets. They were like little time bombs, and they were going to be exploding with positivity all the time. Very, very brightening for us here who are listening from all across. Thank you. So, do you think we should go to the next poet today? Let me thanking you again, once again, Sanya Zakir, for finding time from your busy work in London and regaling us with that, like a feast of little.
I would like to personally also thank Sanya. I mean, we connected over a call, and very sweetly she did agree. I know she has classes, she has her schedule, and it's right in the middle of the day when they have office also. Their working hours are going on, but still accepting the invitation and being there. Thank you so much, Sanya, for coming.
You're welcome, Sapnaji. It was a great honor to be here amongst you all.
Look forward to hear you more often again. All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
God bless. All right. So if you ladies allow me, I'm going to introduce the next charmer we have here who has ink flowing from her hands. This is Vandala Oak. Let's welcome Vandana Oak, born and brought up in Meri Dilli, Meri Shan, she says. She lived in California for over a decade and finally decided to make Pune, Maharashtra her permanent home. But life, as we know, is full of surprises. Don't we all know that? Yes. And here she is now residing in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia for the past 4 years. So over the years of staying away from home, her country, she has learned to live life as it comes, from being a teacher to a writer. She has written numerous articles for digital lifestyle magazines, also writes a blog for a food business based in America. Interesting, interesting. Her connection with Sapnaji is on UBI. And she was an avid reader of the prose and poems shared on the UBI blog. And it is only in the lockdown that she wrote her first short story. Or the lockdown has brought out the writer in a lot of us all over the world. And since then, she says there's been no looking back. Vandana, the inked marathon that happened on UBI was remarkable in boosting her spirits because she keeps trying and improving her writing attempts. That's what writers do. You know, the way we get better is only by writing. There is no other way we can get better, right? So I'm very honored and privileged to welcome this very multifaceted lady, Vandala Oak. Welcome. Welcome to this International Poetry Festival.
Unmute yourself.
All right. Yes. Thank you, Lily ji, for the wonderful words. And thank you, Sapna. I just want to share that my connect with Sapna is older than UBI. Yes.
I was about to say.
Yes. So we have actually 3 connects. We met in KL, but we have a common Ujjain connect. That is how she's a very respected, dear person in her life, I know, and mine too. And then we have Pune connect, and here we are in KL as friends. And I was a member of UBI, just, you know, I would just flip whenever a new post came. If it attracted me, I would read because I like reading. So I used to read, but I never thought of penning down anything for UBI. So then the lockdown happened and I thought, why not? I have time on hand. And then the prompt, they give wonderful prompts for their monthly, yes, for their monthly contest. So that prompt, I don't know how, it just attracted me. Galaxy it was. So yes, so I wrote a short story.
And that was the first story you wrote, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, yes. Yes, so it gave me an appreciation certificate acknowledgement, and that gave me the push that, okay, I can write. It's not that bad. I'm not that bad when I read myself. So
you're too humble, Lily ji. You have to read her stories. We actually most of the time get goosebumps when we read her stories. So you must read them, all of you, in fact.
Sure. She's going to be reading out one today. I'm waiting very eagerly to hear that one. And it's one I've already read, so I'm not telling you guys. Go ahead.
Okay, so today I'll be reading a story from the contest, not from the marathon, though the marathon, you know, made me better and better, writing for 25 continuous days. So it should happen again, Sapna, like most of us requested you, right?
Yes, everybody is asking for it. Let's
yes,
see.
Yes. So here it goes. It is called Piggy Bank. I hope you will like it. Enjoy.
Bring it on. Bring it on. Waiting for Piggy Bank one. Vandy, come on.
All right. Piggy Bank. Nimi spotted a peculiar tin box lying near the curbside while she was walking back home from school. Immersed in curiosity, she knelt down to pick it up. Once she held it, she dusted it off the loose dirt and then closely examined it. She looked at it in bafflement from all sides and angles and wondered what it was. It was shaped like a cube whose edges had been dented and smashed. One of the faces had an inch-long slit, and the opposite face had a small square opening. Being the inquisitive mind that she was, she took the object of her discovery and continued on her homebound journey. Once home, she showed her mother what she had found. Look, Amma, what an unusual box it is. Amma, tell me, what could it be? Amma hardly gave it a glance, kept it aside, and shrugged her shoulders and said, if a smart girl like you doesn't know what it is, then how will your illiterate Amma know, my dear Nini? Now go and deliver the tiffin orders for today. And she went into the kitchen. But Amma, I just got back from school. I have so much schoolwork to do and I'm tired. I just don't want to go, grumbled Nimi. Eat quickly and then go, said Amma. Nimi half-heartedly pushed herself off to do the deliveries, and once back, she ran to that amusing box and started working on it. It took her half an hour before she had her eureka moment. Amma, I fixed it. See now, I guess it is supposed to be a collecting box or something. Amma took the container in her hands and giving it a closer look, she smiled in delight. Yes, Nimi, it's a coin bank. She quickly marched to her old wooden almirah and took out her small coin pouch. She dug her fingers in the contents and clasped a rupee coin from in there. Here's one for helping me for the deliveries, she said mirthfully while dropping the coin in through the slit. Nimi's eyes sparkled with exuberance. She turned the cube around to show her mom how she had sealed the square opening with a piece of white bandage. Thank you, Amma. Now every time I deliver your tiffin boxes, will you drop a coin in here for me? Then I will do all the deliveries without complaint every day. Nimi exclaimed and hugged her Amma. Yes, my dear, we will fill your piggy bank with the coins of your precious time and the happiness of your hard work every day. Her mom muttered, and they both smiled in glee. Thank you.
God, it's so vividly described. I can actually, yeah, you can actually see the little girl and you can see the mama. You've done a great job in a pithy small.
What a way to incorporate the value system of saving.
Yes.
And the work to be getting done. I mean, you have to actually teach your kids like this way only, probably, giving them those little bit of treats. Wonderful.
So, Sapnaji, what do you suggest? Should we go ahead to Vanlin? But I want to hear a poem from Vandana first, okay? And we'll be
yeah, that's what I was waiting for, the poem, and this was a surprise. I get the story along with the poem.
Yes. Okay, Vanji, let's hear your poem.
Yes, for poems, I just want to say I am not a great poet. I cannot write. I actually like writing, looking at a picture. I don't know how good that is in poetry, but that is how my brain works. So,
it's good. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so most of my poems are on nature, clouds, and here I wrote a poem on, it was a picture, a girl carrying a bouquet of flowers, very different flowers, not the usual bouquet we see around here. And Dr. Ekta, this is for you also. I will, yeah.
So. I love this. I love this personal interaction we have in UBI. Everybody knows what's happening. Good job. All right.
So, myrid blooms. The fragrance of these myrid blooms, subtle and tender as a baby's kiss. The sweet smell refreshes and renews and soaks my soul in pure bliss. Their gentle touch against my face as I calmly hold them close to me feels delicately soft as a baby's skin and fills my heart with innocent glee. The silken smooth touch of flowers as they fondly caress my cheeks give me tiny goosebumps all over and a fleeting love affair they seek.
Beautiful. You should write poetry. We want more poetry from you now, man. Okay.
You write such good poetry. As Lily ma'am is saying, I think next time don't write story, write a poetry in the contest.
Hello, Wenlin. Welcome.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, now we can hear you. Lily ji, would you like to welcome her?
Yes, I would like to welcome you. We all send you greetings and warm wishes on the New Year, the Chinese New Year. We send you warm hugs from all over the world, wherever we are. Wenlin, we love you very much. And Let me welcome you by saying and telling all the friends here that she is from the Philippines, but presently based in Hong Kong as a caregiver. Caregivers in these days of the pandemic are very special humans.
Right.
Our salutes to you, Wenlin. She's an active participant in different international groups who has won prestigious awards and has been holding positions. She's also the founder of Rhythm of the Heart Writers. Wenlin was awarded Poet of the Year 2019 in Poetry City and Golden Pen Award in UBI under the leadership of Sapna. Author of poetry book Rhythm of the Heart, Vicissitudes of Life, and has been included in different anthologies like Ideal Family of Inked with Magic, Chief Jury in the League of Poets, Sub-Editing Department of Inked with Magic, Consultant in the Young Filipino Writers Forum, Co-author in Canvas of Bliss, Labyrinth of Life, Fragrant of You, Promise of a New Dawn, and the editor and co-owner of MV Publication, Platinum Awardee in Literature Lovers Association, the contributor in Sumiweg Native Tongue. She took a Bachelor of Secondary Education and Agriculture. Wow, you are a very rounded personality and a superb package to have here with us today. Warm welcome, Wenlin, and let's hear you today, girl. Come on.
I want to mention here, ma'am, that Wenlin has been supporting at the back end when I'm falling short of people. She very sweetly has supported for nearly 2 months, helping us out at the back end for UBI too. So thank you for all the work which you have supported us in, Wenlin. Thank you so much, darling.
So, Sapna, I want to add here that it's not enough to be a good writer or a good poet. If we have the added masala of being a good human, I think it kind of makes it all come together.
Absolutely. That's more important. I feel writing anybody can, but when you have that complete mixture of being a good human and a writer, that is the complete picture, and that's so beautiful. It's so beautiful.
That glow is special. So with that tiara around your head, Wenlin, we are waiting to hear you.
Yes.